Let's get something straight right away. Starting at zero is not a financial problem. It's a decision-making problem. Because two people can start with nothing, and within 6 months, one is still stuck, while the other is making consistent income. The difference? How they think, what they focus on, and how quickly they act. Most people, when they're at zero, fall into survival mode. They start asking, what job can I get quickly? How do I make money today? What's the easiest way out? And while that feels logical, it's actually the trap. Because survival thinking keeps you playing small, trading time for money, constantly restarting. Instead, you need to think like someone who builds income, not just earns it. Shift number 1 from job seeker, value creator. Money doesn't reward effort. It rewards useful outcomes. You can work 10 hours a day and still stay broke, or spend 2 hours solving a high-value problem and get paid more. So instead of asking, what can I do? Start asking, what problems can I solve that people already pay for? That question alone changes everything. Shift number 2, skills over shortcuts. At $0, you don't need investments. You don't need connections. You don't need luck. You need one monetizable skill. Not 5, not 10. Just one skill that businesses already need, can be delivered online, has clear, measurable results. Examples: writing content that converts, editing videos that retain attention, running ads that generate leads, closing sales. The mistake most people make? They chase easy money. But easy money is crowded, unstable, and short-lived. Skills, on the other hand, compound. Shift number 3, speed is your biggest advantage. If you have no money, you cannot afford to move slowly. Perfection is expensive. Hesitation is expensive. Overthinking is expensive. Speed is what gets you out. That means learning fast, not perfectly, taking action before you feel ready, iterating in real time. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be slightly better than someone willing to pay you. Shift number 4, detach from ego. This one is uncomfortable, but necessary. At $0, your ego will try to protect you. It will say, this work is too small for me. What if I look inexperienced? What if people reject me? Ignore it. Because the people who win early are the ones willing to start small, do imperfect work, get rejected repeatedly. Ego delays income. Execution creates it. The bottom line, starting from zero is not about finding the perfect opportunity. It's about becoming the kind of person who solves real problems, moves quickly, learns on the go, doesn't wait for validation. Because once you build that mindset, you're no longer starting from zero dime. You're starting with control. And that's far more powerful. Your first $1,000 is not about making money. It's about proving one thing to yourself. I can turn my skills into income on demand. Because once that belief clicks, everything changes. Most people completely misunderstand this phase. They think, I need a logo, I need a portfolio, I need to learn more first. No, at $0, your only job is getting paid as fast as possible. Not perfectly, not sustainably, just quickly. Step 1, learn just enough to be dangerous. You don't need months of learning. You need 3 to 7 days of focused input. Pick one skill and go deep. Watch tutorials, study real examples, practice on dummy projects. That's it. Because the goal isn't mastery, it's market readiness. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never start. Step 2, outreach like your life depends on it. This is where 90% of people quit. Not because it's hard, but because it's uncomfortable. Here's the reality. Your first 1K will come from conversations, not content. So you need volume. Message 20, 50 people per day. Reach out to small creators, startups, business owners. Keep it simple and direct. Example. Hey, I noticed your content could perform better with tighter edits. I made a quick sample for you. Want to see it? No long pitches. No fancy language. Just clear value. Step 3, remove the risk. At this stage, you don't have leverage. So you create it. Offer. Free trial work. Pay after results. Discounted first project. This does 2 things. Builds trust instantly. Gets you real-world proof fast. And that proof? It's more valuable than any certificate. Step 4, focus on getting one win. You don't need 10 clients. You need one paying client. That first payment is everything because it validates your skill, builds confidence, gives you a reference point. Once you hit $100, $300, $500, momentum kicks in. Step 5, document everything. Every result you get, capture it. Before, after examples, screenshots, client feedback. This becomes your portfolio. Not something you design, something you earn. The harsh truth. Most people stay stuck at $0 not because they lack skill, but because they avoid rejection, repetition, discomfort. They prepare instead of perform. Meanwhile, someone less skilled is sending messages, getting ignored, improving in real time. and eventually they get paid. The real strategy. At this stage, speed beats everything. Speed of learning, speed of outreach, speed of execution, because money loves momentum. Final takeaway. Your first $1,000 is not about building something impressive. It's about becoming someone who takes action daily, learns by doing, isn't afraid to start messy. Once you cross that line, you stop asking, can I make money? And start asking, how fast can I scale this? This is the phase where most people plateau, not because they can't grow, but because they keep doing what got them to 1K. And that's the problem, because what got you paid won't get you scalable income. At 1K, you've proven you can make money. At 10K, you need to prove you can make money efficiently. That requires one word: leverage. Shift Mile 1, stop selling tasks, start selling outcomes. At the beginning, you were paid to do things. Edit this video, write this caption, design this post. Now, that approach will trap you, because tasks are time-bound, replaceable, low value. Instead, you need to reposition yourself around results. Don't say, I edit videos. Say, I help creators increase retention and get more views through high-performing edits. See the difference? One is a task. The other is a transformation. And people pay more for outcomes than effort. Shift number 2, package your skill into a system. If you're still customizing everything for every client, you'll burn out. So you build a repeatable system. This means clear process, defined deliverables, predictable results. Example, instead of random work, you offer 30 short-form videos per month optimized for engagement. Now your service is easier to sell, easier to deliver, easier to scale, and most importantly, easier to price higher. Shift number 3, raise prices earlier than you're comfortable. This is where people hesitate. They think, what if clients say no? What if I'm not good enough yet? But here's the reality. If no one ever pushes back on your pricing, you're undercharging. Higher prices do 3 things: filter serious clients, increase perceived value, give you breathing room to improve quality. And ironically, better clients are usually easier to work with. Shift number 4, say no more often. At 1K, you said yes to everything. At 10K, that becomes dangerous, because not all money is good money. You need to avoid clients who micromanage, low budget, high demand work, projects with unclear expectations. Every bad yes costs you time, energy, and focus. And those are your most valuable assets now. Shift number 5, build authority, not just income. If all your clients come from cold outreach, you're stuck in hustle mode. So you start building inbound opportunities. This could be posting your results online, sharing insights from your work, breaking down case studies. You don't need to be famous. You just need to be visible and credible. Because when people start coming to you, everything becomes easier. Higher prices, better clients, less chasing. The hidden upgrade. This phase is less about working harder and more about thinking smarter. You're no longer asking, how do I make money? You're asking, how do I make more money with less time? That question leads to systems, positioning, leverage. The bottom line, 1K proves you can survive. 10K proves you can scale. And the bridge between them is simple. Sell outcomes, systemize delivery, charge more, protect your time, build visibility. Final takeaway. If you stay stuck doing tasks, you'll always be replaceable. But when you become someone who delivers results at scale, you stop competing on price and start getting paid for impact. That's where real growth begins. Hitting 10K month feels like you made it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. 10K month is not wealth. It's a well-paid job. Because if you stop working, it stops too. And that's the difference between income and wealth. Most people reach this level and slow down. They get comfortable, consistent clients, predictable money, flexible schedule. And they stay there for years, not because they can't grow, but because growth now requires a different identity. Shift number 1, from operator, owner, up until now you've been doing the work. Now that becomes the bottleneck because your time is limited. So the goal is simple. Remove yourself from the day-to-day execution. That doesn't mean disappearing. It means delegating repetitive tasks, hiring freelancers or small teams, documenting your processes. If your business depends entirely on you, you don't own a business. You own a job with extra steps. Shift number 2, build systems that run without you. Freedom doesn't come from working less. It comes from building systems that keep working. That includes standard operating procedures, SOPs, automated workflows, clear roles and responsibilities. Think of your business like a machine. Right now, you are the machine. That's the problem. You need to become the person who designs the machine. Shift No. 3, add scalable income streams. Client work is powerful, but it has limits. So you layer in scalable assets. These are things that don't require your constant time, can be sold repeatedly, grow without linear effort. Examples: digital products, online courses, templates or toolkits, subscription-based communities. At first, they won't make much, but over time, they create compounding income. Shift number 4, play the long game. Most people won't. This is where patience becomes your advantage, because now you're building things that take months to grow, require upfront effort, don't give instant rewards. And most people hate that. They're addicted to quick wins. So they stay stuck in short-term cycles. Meanwhile, you're building brand equity, audience trust, business infrastructure, things that pay you for years. Shift year number 5, ownership over everything. Wealth is not about how much you earn. It's about what you own. That could be a business, equity in projects, intellectual property, an audience you can monetize, because ownership gives you control, longevity, exit opportunities. And that's how real wealth is created. The reality check. This stage is less exciting. There's no quick dopamine, no instant payments, no rapid validation, no overnight success, just systems, patience, strategic decisions. But this is exactly why it works, because very few people are willing to stay here long enough. The bottom line: if you stop at income, you'll always need to work. If you build assets, your money starts working for you. And that's the shift from active, leveraged, from effort, ownership, from short-term, long-term. Final takeaway: strong close. Most people aim for income and accidentally trap themselves. A few aim for freedom and build differently. So if I started from $0 in 2026, this is where I'd end up. Not just making money, but owning systems that make money without me. Because the goal was never to earn more. It was to need less effort to earn it forever.